What if you could take the profits from your rival's fortune without ever touching the principal? This is the multi-billion-dollar loophole the EU is using against Russia right now. In 2022, the West froze nearly 300 billion of Russian central bank assets. Most are sitting right here in Europe, specifically at an institution called Euroclear. But there was a massive legal wall blocking direct seizure. Under international law, you cannot simply seize another country's sovereign property. The aha moment. While assets are off-limits, the profits they generate are a different story. These windfall profits only exist because of sanctions. The EU argued this money doesn't belong to Russia. This unlocks $3 billion annually, with billions already being sent to support Ukraine's defense and budget. It's a masterclass in economic warfare, making the aggressor pay legally. But just skimming the profits was only the opening act. The next move was even bigger. The G7 has now greenlit a plan for a $50 billion loan, all backed by the future profits from Russia's frozen funds. They've created a clever financial tool called a reparations loan, using the frozen assets themselves as collateral. Ukraine only has to pay them back if and when Russia actually pays war reparations. In reality, that basically turns the loan into a grant. It's sending a crystal-clear message to Moscow that the West is ready to keep this money locked up for decades if necessary. It's a way of forcing Russia to prepay for its own destruction, all while technically staying on the right side of the law. This is the ultimate masterstroke in economic warfare, shaping the world through money and power. If you're fascinated by how money and power really shape our world, subscribe for our next breakdown. This financial masterstroke is making waves. For Ukraine, it's a critical lifeline, pumping billions into its defense and reconstruction. But it's a high-stakes gamble. Critics worry it could weaken trust in the euro as a safe global currency. Countries like China are watching closely, reconsidering where they park their cash to avoid future sanctions. The EU is walking a fine line, turning legal obstacles into weapons as a countermeasure to war. From skimming profits to backing loans, they've written a new playbook for economic warfare. The real legacy could be bigger, a powerful precedent changing how we think about sovereignty and money. What happens when the next country decides to use this playbook too? If you found this valuable, subscribe for more breakdowns.